These dudes are a trip. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna wait till some of y'all get it here. I got this fever blister, man. It's bothering the shit out of me. I'm gonna be looking at it the entire time. But so we're gonna get to Uncle D-Roy. I got up extra early today just to make sure we could dedicate some time to Mr. D-Roy. But I'm reading this. I got an email because evidently, if you sign up for the tweeter, it sends you an email when someone sends you a direct message or some shit. And it's from the guy that I spoke to yesterday, and evidently he's upset. Somebody's mad. So at some point somebody gave him the impression that the hangout, and this is Mr. Nick Suter, philosopher extraordinaire, someone who's peaked in his undergraduate career, is upset because at some point in time, I guess somebody else who wasn't me gave him the impression that hangout that we had was private or unlisted or off air, even though it was quite clear from my numerous references that there's a live chat and there's people who are watching this. But at no point in time did I give him that impression at all. But this guy sends me this long diatribe about how dissatisfied he was about our exchange. And something tells me, because somebody had said in Discord that he's going at it with folks in the live chat. It's like, or in the comments section, I've not even looked at that fucking video. Like, I'm like, so I'm guessing this is what that's from. He's dissatisfied because he spends all his goddamn time on Twitter like a 14-year-old fucking girl, and people don't kiss his ass like he's used to. Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Do something with your fucking life. Get off the goddamn internet. Get off fucking Twitter and YouTube and do something. Maybe that you might find some satisfaction in life. Because I don't know how people sit here and do this Twitter bullshit. But then again, I don't really expect much out of people who don't have the capacity to actually do hard shit in life. And when I say hard shit, like in the military. Yeah. No, I got an email because I guess if he directed something towards me in the comment, like I said, I don't know. I don't go back and look at the shit, unless someone directs me to it. I don't do that. But and so he's complaining about Agrippa and some shit that he supposedly wanted to discuss, but for some reason didn't bring it up in the conversation when I opened the floor for it. I guess he needs permission to talk about shit. And some other people on fucking Twitter that have opinions about shit that I would care about. Instead of a private hangout to discuss what I understood to be serious concerns, well, bitch, open your fucking mouth and say something. Like, who is supposed to be psychic and know what you want to talk about? Like, there's a lot of things I can address, but clearly we weren't making headway in a lot of areas, so you didn't have the temerity to bring it up in the conversation. So it's my fault for not knowing your needs. It's like, I love self-important guys like this who peak in their undergraduate career, who think that when they get on the internet, that means something. I love it. I love these dudes, man. Because they take themselves entirely too seriously. He's like, do you really care? Like, who do you... I don't know. I see why he hangs out with Steve McRae. It's very obvious why he hangs out with Steve. And it's... When people peak pretty early on in life, and then the rest of their life is just kind of a downhill slope, it's obvious, right? It's sad, kind of. He wants people to think that he is important as he thinks he is. And so it was funny. A number of folks contacted me afterwards, people who are actually, past undergraduate studies and doing things in their life. And they're laughing. They're laughing at some of the stuff that he said. And I think that he's probably caught on to how much of a joke he is outside of Steve's circles. But that's sad. Anyway, All right, folks. Delete this stupid shit. The fuck he thinks he is. Oh, Ancestry.com found a new match for me. Okay, hey. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Third, fourth cousin DNA match. Cool. The family grows. Oh, yeah. Evidently, have some of y'all been commenting and giving him feedback or something? Because I think he's upset. I don't know. Maybe he should get out his fucking echo chamber sometime. Oh, but anyway, I heard about this video, this whatever this is that Mr. DeRoy Cruz has made towards me, and I love it. You know I love when people make videos about me. I love it because I sit and I wait all day long for notifications to see my name in the title. I tell you what, it's just, it gets me off more than cheddar biscuits and lobster biscuit Red Lobster. So a few people have told me that they've watched this entire thing. I've not. I think I listened to the first maybe 5 or 6 minutes. Shit started kind of getting weird, and then I had to hang out with what's his face. So someone did send me a clip of a particular section in this video, one that is incredibly homoerotic. This, I feel bad now talking about Tommy Hall and all the times Tommy Hall brought up gay, because I think even with this, like I don't think Tommy Hall, even in his worst, because he eventually stopped doing that shit, but this dude persists every single time. He cannot help but to talk about the most homoerotic stuff. Like, it's really weird because he's clearly anti-gay, but he cannot help himself when it comes to these illustrations or these metaphors that he wants to use that always involve him and me and somebody else in gay sex. And I'm like, is that really necessary? Is it though? Nick said I was a hostile host and emphasized I was hostile. Something tells me that Little Dick Energy Nick doesn't know what hostile is. I don't. Maybe he should get out of his echo chamber with Steve and actually have someone to question his, I don't know, approach in having conversations. To me, that wasn't hostile. But then again, like hostile. I guess he's not seen me interact with G-Man. But if he considers, minor black man rage to be hostile, then you know what? That's okay. That's what we're gonna call it, minor black man rage. Because I was laughing, giving him a round of applause when he flexed his undergraduate credits. That's so cool to me. But I guess like it. Look. We have different standards in life. I found it ironic because it showed just how honesty is. As I saw it, yeah. Well, I mean, if y'all think I was, being hostile, then I'll take that on board. But this dude don't know me from Adam, as he's pointed out in a few things. But let me tell y'all something about folks like Nick. I've met guys like him before, all throughout life. These guys don't have it physically, so they excel where they think they excel intellectually, and so they peak at the undergrad level and then use that their entire life. Now, I know that sounds very familiar with people who peak very young and then bring it up in every conversation, but a part of me wanted to really let him know, like, dude, have you ever shit in the fucking desert? Have you actually done anything hard in your goddamn life? It's interesting for somebody who can in one instance create this entirely subjective metric on how to discern someone's emotional state from posts on social media to flexing undergraduate credits in a conversation about interpersonal exchanges. I mean, my goodness, that's so sad. That is so sad. I can only imagine how guys like him would actually be in an environment, right, where it's actual stress. And I have to say actual 50 times. Like real stress, where there are people who will threaten to kill you. Like, hey, you're fucking up, I will literally kill you. And that's, if again, military reference. But I don't know. I don't know. He has his positions on life, and I'm glad that in his bubble, in his safe space, in his non-hostile environments, that he has formed his opinions about people, while some of us have been able to live life on a particular edge where things are very hostile, and then make the transition to a hard science. Not, and you know what, folks? I'll be honest with you. People like Nick, people like a lot of the guys I interact with, they don't know how to handle me. They don't know how to approach me because they come to the conversation with certain expectations. But in the reality of it, it's a lot of it's insecurity. Like, I'm going to be honest, it's insecurity. Very few people can go from a high stress environment of being a combat medic to being, a fucking undergrad going towards cancer research. Like, very, very few people can make that transition. When you excel physically over people and mentally, a lot of folks don't know how to handle that. And Nick is one of these guys, right? It's easy, and I keep making this point, it's easy to pretend that you're more important than you really are. It's really interesting because while some of us make strides in real life, and D-Roy is upset when I say shit like this, but it's true. Like, people are intimidated by the shit that I do in real life, especially when they find out. They get mad. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Do you want me to nerf myself in real life? Should I not have strived for something that you couldn't do in your life? Like, it's my fault that you're a pretentious deuce and self-important ass. That's my fault. Maybe you should have tried harder in your life. You made your bed, now fucking sleep in it. I don't know. I wasn't raised with this mindset. I'm guessing I can read that from your angry being proposed, right? If it's people far more educated than Mr. Suter saw that performance and identified something that I was thinking in my head. He's probably an Aspie. And one of the interesting things that Aspies kind of tend to do, if you know a lot of Aspies, is that they'll make excuses for why they can't effectively communicate with other people, especially on nonverbal communication. And so language is a metaphor bullshit. Like we can all acknowledge Wittgenstein. That's fine. But when you start going out of your area, out of your wheelhouse, and say, oh, well, the military's, and I'm paraphrasing, military has terrible communication. The military thrives on communication. Thrive. That's literally a foundation. They teach you that at the very beginning. The second that you step foot in 30th AG, they teach you Asperger's. They teach you that, and he knew nothing about. And I wasn't going to go into detail because it was clear he was out of his league, and it's fine. Like, it is. People who don't go through that type of thing have an impression because they know that they couldn't survive in that kind of scenario, and so they make excuses for, what they perceive to be, disparities in communication, and then they posture like him, right? I watched the first 10, 15 minutes, and all he was doing was trying to psychoanalyze you instead of engaging. Yeah, it's interesting because he doesn't see that as a problem. Nick is the type of guy who knows that he can't do shit physically. He knows that in no way, shape, or form he isn't going to really intimidate anybody. So he's going to put all his stat points into intellect. Well, he doesn't know how to tell when he's outmatched. He thinks he's clever, but my mother always told me never to show people your cards, and this is why, folks. Yeah, if you don't know what Aspie is, it's short for Asperger's syndrome. It's on the low end on the autism scale. I know quite a few Aspies around here, and the fact that he didn't pick up on something very obvious was one of my hints that he's probably an Aspie. But, what do you do? What do you do? Anyway, folks, I'm going to roll this intro and make some coffee. Maybe Mr. Suter will find his nuts one day and become a big boy. Quit being intimidated, but it is what it is. So let's get on with it.
the announcement is this. I'm going to be doing a Google Hangout next Friday. Not today, but next Friday. And that particular Google Hangout will be focused on primarily one thing. I'm asking everyone to bring their own personal rap to this particular Google Hangout.
I'm going to expose myself on YouTube. I'm going to make a YouTube video embarrassing myself.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I got to tell you about the fabulous, most groovy
G-Man. G-Man.
You know you're breaking the law right now.
I will stomp a mud hole in you, sir.
I am not playing Dragnauct.
My name is G-Man. You got the audacity. You're going to jail. You got the audacity. My name is G-Man. You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I stole $3,000. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. Because you don't got no evidence. My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man.
No big business that I mean.
My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man. G-Man. You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey City. G-Man, you got the audacity. You're going to jail. You got the audacity. My name is G-Man. You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I stole $3,000. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. You got the audacity. Because you don't got no evidence. My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man.
No big business that I mean.
My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man. G-Man. You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey. Come to Jersey City.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries.
All right, so someone sent me a screenshot of Mr. Suter. Evidently, he was referencing the bureaucracy in the military. If that was his point, then maybe he should have articulated that better. That's his problem, not mine. So, on that point, awesome. Oh, by the way, for those of you who want to go to that comment, I'm looking at our mutual friend, and I'm going to read specifically a section, not everything. I'd say talk with him, and he will more than likely discuss this publicly. So I'm not sure what was sent to him on the other side, but specifically our mutual friend, because I made it a point to say I want to talk about this publicly. Again, maybe there was something on his end of that conversation. So what is also interesting, from what I understand, that my decision to have a public hangout and continuously point out that it was a public hangout with him, in which he didn't fare so well, which is fine, that's an indictment for not myself, not Dragnauct, but Drag and his crew. So it seems Mr. Suter, or Wise One, is keen on this guilt by association that Steve McRae likes to actually use. So I find that very interesting. Now, mind you, folks, this is the same guy who complains about communication that spends more time psychoanalyzing people than actually having a discussion. So y'all should definitely keep that in mind. My decision to have a public hangout with him is an indictment of all of you. That's something you should definitely pay attention to. That's interesting, though. That's interesting. But then again, folks, I'm not too surprised. When a grown man sits on Twitter all goddamn day, you can't really expect much of him. I don't expect much of him because he was too much of a bitch to join the military, but that's my opinion. But when it comes down to just having a conversation, him placing more emphasis in psychoanalyzing people and trying to figure out whose emotions are flared while he sits there and types like a 14-year-old fucking girl. Shameful. Shameful. Then again, some of us have better things to do with our life than sit on Twitter. Oh, man, this coffee's good. So, speaking of folks who are upset, yeah, he should have been a tanker. He should have been a tanker. That might have grew some fucking hair on his nuts. That's the one thing. I'm going to talk a little bit. That's the one thing I miss about the military, folks. It's the one thing. All these fucking pansy-ass little bitches that come around. Oh, my God. It's sickening. It's hard trying to tone down the narrative for people who don't have the testosterone to hang with the big boys. It is just, it's sickening. It is so sickening to a degree. This is like, oh God, you're such a bitch. Like, are you seriously crying in the private message? Oh, Dragnauct cyberbullying me because he says mean things about me. Someone that's something I don't like on the internet. I don't like this. I don't. It's sickening is the only thing that I can come up with. If my biggest issue on the internet is that I call it like I see it, then I am guilty as motherfucking charged. If you come across to me as a pansy ass bitch, I'm going to call you that. If you notice something, if you notice that when people have very poignant opinions about other folks and they feel it's their duty to go and let them know and let the world know, I don't like this, and then I jump on them and I go, hey man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. People don't like that. How many of y'all have actually caught on to that? That I don't just randomly go and just say, oh, I don't like that person, let me just say mean things about them. I specifically target folks who have a really inflated opinion about themselves and feel it is their fucking duty to go and shit on other folks. How many of y'all have actually noticed that? And then the kicker is that when someone says, well, Dragnauct, I think you've gone too far. Well, language is metaphorical. Well, no one really knows what he wants. No, bitch. You can take a fucking correction. You can take 2 seconds and go, you know what? Maybe I go a little bit too far. And let me show you an example just to show folks, just to illustrate something here. Because some of these folks that we encounter have a bit of an ego problem. They have a bit of an issue when it comes to them acknowledging their faults. But I've made more than one video saying, you know what? I think I've gone too far. I think that I need to be nerfed. So here's an example. Let me show you something here. This is only 4 months ago. There's other videos. You know. Yeah, I told him comments about the stream. Yeah, he if he wasn't paying attention, that's him. Here's but you just psychoanalyze him. Yeah, sure. And that's kind of a common theme with me. I will definitely psychoanalyze folks, but let me show you. This is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And my little fucking thing here is, there we go. Here. I made a public apology because I went too far in my psychoanalysis of Twan. Here's a huge issue here. Here's a huge issue though, folks. I don't take myself too fucking seriously. I tell you, you know what? Take that with a grain of salt. If I'm wrong, call me out. I'm not going to write this whole fucking diatribe because my feelings are fucking hurt because someone disagreed with me. There's tons and tons. Actually, and Vincent can tell you, plenty of people have checked me. But I'm not going to sit here and become a whiny ass bitch and start complaining that I'm being victimized and that someone's cyberbullying me and all this other bullshit. I don't do that. I'm not saying that no one oversteps their bounds and no one should do. No. Here's what the fuck I'm saying. Pull a stick out of your ass, folks. It's the internet. Get a goddamn life. If you spend all day on fucking Twitter, you might want to do something. Just saying. I'm just saying. Just saying. So that's just grown man tears is what I'm getting at, folks. We all psychoanalyze each other. That's fine. I do my armchair analysis of D. Cruz right here and his latent homosexuality. Take that with a grain of motherfucking salt, folks. But I tell you what, nobody should go into a really weird homoerotic rant. Anyway, let me make sure that this is sped up. Oh, actually, I want to play this at normal speed because there's folks that we were talking to in Discord who didn't know that he was already sped up. So I'm going to play him at normal speed, and then I'm going to speed him up. Just to show you.
D-Roy Cruz here, your life applications officer. This is a personal. This is a personal video. Since I just found out, and I have a couple email addresses, and I have the one I use for work, and I have my Gmail address, which I think I have it posted on YouTube.
And I got the Yahoo, and I got the AOL.
I don't know how this girl got it, but she sent me an email getting on my case. And I don't know if she's a Christian or if she's an atheist. The way she was talking, I don't understand if she was, I don't know what she was, okay? I'm gonna have to assume she was an atheist. But she sent me an email about, she's getting on my case. I should have copied the email and read it, but you know what? I don't want Dragnauct Sylvas to be looking for this girl. Okay?
Okay. I will speed just to show y'all. Yes, I've had to speed up the video every time, just so you guys see how slow he actually talks. But yeah, did he draw those eyebrows? I don't know. I didn't notice the eyebrows until you said something. Now it's just kind of awkward. Now I'm going to keep looking at it. You shouldn't have said that. That's going to bother me. It's going to really bother me. Thank you for that, by the way.
Like he did me because I responded to the G-Man. But she was letting me know basically that, asking me what did I do to piss this guy off, And after this long email she sent me, she had to be an atheist because Christians don't make these long drawn out emails.
Okay, so some female in some way, shape, or form found his email address, sent him a long email. He knows it was an atheist because Christians evidently don't type long emails. I want you to take some time and just kind of digest that for a second. Okay, so Christians they're not verbose. Like I'm always curious what people. Well, there's two things I'm always curious about. What people on the internet actually think of me, because you get a snapshot of who people are, and over the years you can kind of sort of ascertain different aspects about their personality and whatnot. And two, the second thing is that why do people give a shit what I think? Like those are two very, very interesting things, especially the second one. I don't know why people give a shit what I think. You shouldn't. I'm openly saying you shouldn't give a shit what I think. Why do you care? Why do you really care? What is it about me that makes my opinion of everybody else in your real life, of everybody else on the internet? Why do you care what I think? But evidently the things that, let me tell y'all something. Nobody should give a shit what Dragnauct thinks. Fuck Dragnauct. Nobody. People give a shit what I think because they know I'm fucking right. And they get mad when I call them out. if what I assess about people is just absolutely wrong, fuck Dragnauct. He's absolutely wrong. I'm writing him off. Done. But I always get people who spend an enormous amount of time trying to defame me when they know I'm right. They'll make every fucking excuse in the world for why they're fucked up. And the fact that I pointed out is just a bonus. But yes, I was a combat medic. You're all right. I forgot. Thank you. I almost forgot to mention that. It's like, why do you care? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why y'all watch me. I have no idea. I'm just a fucking dude with an opinion.
I just put in there, I said, look here. It's over as far as I'm concerned. Okay? And, you know, she let me know about some, this shouldn't take me long. She let me know about some of the recent videos that he did. And when they come to my channel, I knew he was still doing videos on me because I don't know if he's putting them there or if he's putting them there or if YouTube is putting them there. But every time he does a video about me, I turn on my phone and bam, it's right there, live, okay? And I haven't watched the last probably about...
Okay, this is not rocket surgery, as Fiona says. It's not rocket surgery, folks. It's not. You are subscribed to me. You are subscribed to me. There's a link here. Let me show you. Let me show you, Mr. Cruz. Let me show you right now. You see that right there? When you go, y'all can't see my cursor. When you see that subscribe thing and it's, there you go. Let me unsubscribe. Okay, you see that? That's all you got to do. You get rid of all those bad Dragnauts. You get rid of all of them. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, that's how you stop seeing that. I know this is just like your VCR back in the 90s. You have a hard time trying to program it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to watch anything. You just go about your business. There you go. I got rid of Dragnauct for you. Congratulations.
4 or 5 videos that he did of me live. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized this is going to be, you know, and he said it in one of his videos that this was going to be like almost a permanent thing with him. Like this is what he's going to do. And I guess because they're gambling or something on the channel or whatever, he's using me and what's his name? G-Man. I guess he's using us to gamble. I don't know if they're getting real money out of this. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that I thought it was over. Okay? I remember apologizing to him. Downtown Pittsburgh. I did a short video downtown Pittsburgh. Apologizing to him. I said, look, man, we're going back and forth. We didn't put each other's family in the middle of it. I should never told this guy that I have a daughter that's gay. Okay, that's not anybody's business. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. My pastor got on my case about doing that before on a YouTube video that we deleted at my church where, you know what I'm saying, like, and my daughter don't like me talking about her, you know, her sexual orientation. I should have never did that. And, you know, and then we got into a series of responses back and forth to each other because the word G-Man showed up in my video. I was only using Dragnauct Sylvas as a code name to talk about what I was talking about. The video was not directed directly to Dragnauct Sylvas because I don't know anything about Dragnauct Sylvas. I never even met him until I met G-Man. And because I was like checking out G-Man's videos, especially the videos on the Hebrew Israelites, I saw, you know, his video show up, and it was the most recent one at the time, of him criticizing G-Man. And so, like I do with the Aaron Raw videos, Matt Dillahunty videos, and, you know, Atheism is Unstoppable, Jacqueline Glenn, Call of Dusty, all the different names that, you know, and trust me, I only watch like...
Okay, hold on for a second, folks. I gotta pull up Twitter to figure out how to stop all these fucking messages now. This Nick dude is blowing up my goddamn phone. I gotta fix this shit, cause how do you turn this stupid shit off, right? Cause it's just this is fucking ridiculous. You're a grown ass man. You are a grown fucking man. Get the fuck over it, dude. How do you turn this shit off? Like I hate looking at grown men crying in my goddamn inbox. Email notification. There we go. I'm sorry, folks. Okay. Emails. Nope. I actually turn this shit off. Oh my fucking god. Jesus. This is just sad. Okay. I apologize. My Twitter handle, I think, is like @Dragnauct. I'm not responding to his grown ass fucking crying about shit that he failed to fucking read. It's like somebody set him up. No, bitch, nobody fucking set you up. Nothing. Jesus. Like, he's crying because he looked bad in that conversation because he's a dickhole. Like, it's my responsibility to make him look good. I'm not your fucking wife. I'm not your goddamn handler, Nick. Get the fuck over it. You're a pathetic ass man who peaked at your undergraduate career and you're doing nothing with your goddamn life. That's fine. That's so fucking awesome. We are so happy that you have a degree in philosophy and you suck Steve off. Oh my goodness, Nick. That's so awesome. Nobody cares. Get out my fucking inbox, dude. You are so fucking pathetic. Jesus, folks. This is the shit that I'm talking about. I wish I would have seen the email thing and realized that it's going to email you every time somebody's... I got like 6 fucking emails just now. No less than 6 fucking emails from this dude. And he's still fucking typing. I'm not playing that game, folks. After this, I'm getting dressed. I'm going to do biochemistry for about 6 hours. I got an exam. I got lab reports to do. I got to actually help people in life. Like, that's, you know what, I will dedicate a certain amount of time for this foolishness before 12 o'clock. After that, you know what, if I'm not fucking around with the wife, I might get on here and fuck around on Discord or something. But Jesus, like, that's just, it's sad. It's fucking sad. Really. That's why I had to wear a shirt when talking to strangers. Oh, yeah. I should start wearing a shirt, man. It's intimidating for dudes. Yeah, I'm talking about the Nick Suter dude. He's still in my fucking inbox. Jesus.
A video here and there. I really don't have the time or the interest in criticizing every little thing, but I look at their videos and I'm like, okay, let me use their name to make a video. But this pullback.
Oh, so on that point, so it's okay. It's okay for him to use my name in a video because he wanted to make a point about G-Man. Well, that's interesting. For those of you who have been kind of following along for something, do you guys remember, I want to say it was in the first 3 videos, it might have been the first response, because I believe the second response is the one where he dressed up like me, and that was the fun response everybody liked. That was the one where he was imitating me and some of my idiosyncrasies, you know, and it was good. Like, everyone laughed. It was a good time. I want to say it was the first or either the third response where he alluded to using other people and their channels for an ulterior motive. I'm not sure if you guys remember back that far, but I find it interesting where he makes reference to that. And here, he admits that's exactly what he was doing with using me in a video. Well, okay, well, again, man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't understand how, in this scenario, it's acceptable for you to do something, but it's not acceptable for me or anybody else to do it. Explain that part to me. Explain that part. And then, by the way, folks, that video where he was I love that. I love when people parody me. I don't take myself so fucking seriously that people start talking shit. You do that. That's good. Like that. He had on the 3M glasses. For those of you that you gotta go see it. He had on the 3M glasses. He had his hat off. He had his shirt off, and then he was just kind of doing, when I started doing shit like that. Like, it was really good. And he deleted that one. Oh my god. But that's when everyone kind of liked D-Ray. That's when people start subscribing. Oh, this guy's funny. And then he just kind of went on downhill slope. So, I don't know. I thought that we were going to have some fun. I wanted to play around with that. You always take your shirt off when you're what? Well, Jello, you're not the only one. Nasty freak.
He's the only one that gets offended because his name showed up in the title of my video. And now he wants to have this long-lasting war between us where he's going to take every single...
No, I'm not offended, dude. I'm just responding to the stuff that you're saying. You would know if I was offended. Trust me, you would know. There's stuff that you say in your videos that's just patently false. And so I'm here to give the counterbalance to that. I may be right and I may be wrong. I may be just completely off base. But it's an exchange. Just like the exchanges that you see on, I have to like rename or relabel that, because when you see 2 people talking in a YouTube video, that's you having a discussion, which is the weirdest definition of conversation I've ever heard. But okay, maybe we need to sit down and figure out, hey, language is metaphorical, folks. I don't know what anybody means anymore. Fuck. I need a goddamn lexicon for each of you.
Video I do. And after reading the Squirrel's email, I said, let me go take a peek. I really don't care. Matter of fact, I blocked Dragnauct Sylvas and a lot of his friends. I even put my videos in hiding, thinking that would give them something else to do go pick on somebody else and not waste so much time with me. You know what I'm saying? Go back to picking on G-Man, because G-Man responds to him picking on him. From the last video of G-Man's I watched, like, he was talking about a Google Hangout, and then he just threw Dragnauct Sylvas. You know, just Dragnaught Sylvas came out of his mouth, and I'm thinking, dude, don't mention that guy's name, man. He's watching you, man. He's gonna make a video about it, and sure enough, he did make a video about it. Like, every little thing that G-Man says, he makes a video about it. I'm like, oh my God. Like, when I tell you, I say it all the time, when I tell you these atheists have nothing to do with the lack of belief in God. These people are criminals. They are out for blood. Okay? All you got to do is watch YouTube.
Out for blood? How am I out for blood exactly? I've met, like, obviously you're being hyperbolic here, but really? Do you call me reviewing his stupidity out for blood? I guess so. I guess if you lower your standards enough, that's fine. But my goodness, are you offended if I call you a tanker? Yes, that will offend me if you call me. I'm not no fucking tanker. I don't know where you fuckers come from. But just, oh my goodness, man. You do have a point where G-Man will just name drop me in the middle of a conversation that has nothing to do with me. I'm just tickled by that. But it's funny. It is funny. That's just funny to me. But here's what I want to understand. I really want to understand Ms. Dragnauct Sylvas. How is it, Mr. Cruz? Because I know you're watching. I've watched a few of your videos. I've only actually responded to a handful that I've actually watched. Because again, I've watched you way before I started reviewing you. On numerous occasions in many videos, you name drop other people. You criticize other people. I was just talking to Arn Raw last night, and I forgot to mention you because we were talking about a project together. But man, I don't get how, on the one hand, you excuse yourself. You excuse yourself from the same criticisms you want to, level against other people. And I would really, really want to understand that. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but man, you're making it hard for me. Really making it hard for me. Help me help you, Mr. Cruz.
Everybody's warring with each other, but not like these guys. And the reason why I took the videos down was because I found that these guys were copying off the drag, and I'm getting sent these videos of them, okay, saying all these negative things about me or whatever, and that's fine. And they don't take like a whole 44 minutes. They don't watch the whole video, okay? Like he does. I mean, I got to give the guy some credit. He does watch the whole video, okay? But he doesn't even know how to watch the video. He'll watch my video. He'll stop and say, see, I told you about this, and then about Mr. Cruz, and then he'll push the play button. And I'm explaining what I just said, and what I just said totally debunks what he just said about me. But he doesn't say, oh, okay, I was wrong. I should have listened to him explain himself first. But you know what? Hey, Drag, I don't care. It's okay, brother. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do
you're upset about it. So here's the thing with me. Here's the thing, and I want to say I've been pretty consistent about this. When I get something wrong, please correct me. I'm not like some of these other folks who they have to be right all the time on the internet. You know what? It is what it is. I am more than willing to concede that I misunderstood or misapprehended something. You got me confused with somebody else. Every time you say that I've gotten something wrong, Mr. Cruz, you're not specific. If you want me to address something, I feel like it's a deja vu. If you want me to address something that I've gotten wrong about, a position that you have or a statement that you've made, then name it. You can give me a timestamp and I'll go find it myself. But you don't actually do that. You just say that I got stuff wrong. But notice that notice me, senpai, when I was doing videos towards you, after the first three, you would routinely strawman me. And that's a logical... why am I even saying that? You would misrepresent positions that I have. And then I would hear the position that you think I have. And then I would correct you because I remember the context because I said it. But just on the off chance I'm wrong, I said, well, Miss Cruz, where exactly did I say that? Nothing. But out of the gate here, Dragnaught's misrepresenting me. Well, okay. Please give Jello some points. Jello can eat a dick. He can do that. You're wrong about the wonderful tankers in this world. There are some tankers who are okay. You have the okayest tankers ever. I'm only going to give you guys so much credit. Okay, you're only gonna get just a wee bit. Who wants to see something? Y'all want to see something cool? No, I didn't necessarily, because he was on limited time. I will actually make a reference to that. Who wants to see something pretty cool? Not sure if y'all are ready for it, though. Y'all ready for something pretty cool? Some of y'all have heard me mention this, and you may see it later. But since some of y'all have been beautiful people, how about this? Oh, where the fuck did that come from? Huh. Anyway, back to Mr. Cruz.
Favor. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take all them videos, because I believe she told me she had me watch a video. She sent me the link to one video that I watched, and I've been watching these videos on incognito mode. Okay. And she sent me this video. After she sent me this email, I watched a couple videos she did of me in incognito mode, and I'm thinking it's over. You know what I'm saying? When he did that response video to me talking to him downtown Pittsburgh, I thought it was over.
Oh, that's how he's escaping Streamlabs. He's clever. That's because I know he's been watching my shit, obviously. That's how he's escaping Streamlabs. That is clever. That must be what... Actually, I think I know who sent them the email. But now that I think about it, I think it might be somebody else. Oh, the plot thickens, folks.
Okay, but I mean, he's in this fantasy world where he's thinking me and him, like he's thinking me, him, and G-Man are in this orgy, and we're all, having this crazy, wild, and wonderful sex with each other or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what?
The dude, I mean, to me, it's just gay, is what I'm saying. Like, who rides another man's behind? Like this guy is like, every video I do now, I guess I'll never, because I put G-Man and his name together in a video, I guess I'll never be able to live that down. I'm always, every video I do, he has to dissect. You know what? I don't care.
What?
Matter of fact, I'm going to do you a favor, Mr. Drag. Hear me good. I got two things to ask you, and I'm closing because I don't have any time on the phone.
Okay, like, hold on. Okay. You know what? I would have accepted that. I would have accepted an illustration of what he thinks, where me, you, and G-Man are in this brawl. We're in the Thunderdome, right? We're at the Coliseum. We're all fighting. I would have accepted that. I would have accepted that, some weird Mad Max scenario, in anything. But he went straight to gay orgies. He went straight to dick ride, and he went straight to just, wow. I feel bad for messing with Tommy Hall now. That, man, Mr. Cruz, you have some serious issues, my man, that you need to work out with yourself. That I've worked with actual gay dudes. One of my best friends is a bisexual dude. None of them say shit like this. None of them. You talk about more gay shit than my gay brother. And he has weekly dick appointments on Saturdays. I can't even get a hold of him because of that. We have to schedule stuff around that. My man, you have some stuff to work out. And you know what? I'm just, take that with a grain of salt. I just know what I've experienced. I could be wrong. He may just have a really, really homoerotic imagination that may or may not be connected to some latent homosexuality. I don't know. Heavy Hauler, Danae, some of my gay viewers. What do y'all think? I don't know. I can't with that. I can't.
One, I'm gonna take all them videos that you want. Did you think I deleted? I think that's what she told me. Why did I delete all them videos? Okay, I didn't delete them. They're there. Okay, I was able to what do you call it? What do you call that?
He's a hacker.
Can't get the word out of my mouth. I just said block. I was able to block half your friends that was sending me nasty comments and going back and forth between your channel and my channel. I was able to block some of them, but not all of them. Okay, so I figure if I just hide my videos, maybe Ince will go away and do something different. And then I look at a video, and one of the videos I look at briefly, you sitting there talking about, oh, well.
So I've actually looked at some of the comments that people have been leaving him, and some of the comments refer directly to his very homoerotic statements like that. And people asking him, why are you saying nasty shit like that, dude? That's fucking disgusting for somebody who supposedly, that's a funny screenshot. For somebody who is, anti-gay, you seem to really like talking about that. Like, that's the kind of comments that I saw. Now, if there were inflammatory comments that were just completely out of pocket, no, I don't abide by that. But I didn't see anything like that. But then again, I don't know what your language is metaphorical, folks. It's if you have a different standard for what is just, I guess, really inflammatory and kind of mundane, then all right, well, let folks know, hey, I'm going to, curtail certain comments that I don't like certain folks, and it is what it is. When I see the review thing on the comment section, I go and I hit, all right, all comments, boop, there you go. So, now that's not to say that I've never deleted people's comments. There's people like Rabbi Lewis who's just trying to hawk his wares in his fucking Amazon book. I see his shit, I tend to delete it because he's not trying to actually engage in has nothing to do with anything, and he's just trying to sell people that shitty ass book. Yes, Rabbi Lewis, I will delete your shit. So that's not to say that I don't. All right.
Cruz can hide his videos all he want to. Okay. If I want to delete videos, if I want to hide videos, whatever I want to do, that is my prerogative. And everybody does it. You do it. Okay. I mean, if you feel that a video, if I do a video in 2019, that's just repeating something that I already said in 2018, I might pull that video. Or if I did a video in 2018 and I did a better one in 2019, I'm going to delete that video I did in 2018. Okay? That doesn't mean anybody is, you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I deleted, before you even met me, Drag, I deleted probably about 30 videos, okay, that were old, because in 2018 actually, I was just repeating what I said in other videos, and I lived in other places. So I deleted those videos. I don't know why I got to explain this crap to you. I deleted those videos and moved on to making better videos. Because even my one that I did with my friend Matt Dillahunty, I made a racist comment in there that sounded very racist on my Cruise for Christ channel. I hear you're tagging that too. Okay? I made a comment on my Cruise for Christ channel on one of my videos where me and my friend from work, Matt, were
you made a racist comment toward Matt. Why am I not fucking surprised? I'm genuinely, that's his prerogative. Yes, it is. I'm not surprised in the least that you made a racist comment towards Matt. That's literally not shocking to me in the least. So it is your gotta be fucking saying it wrong. It is your prerogative. Don't get me wrong. Whoever wants to delete videos off their channel, that's on you. If you want to block comments because you know what, they make you look foolish, then that's on you. I love pointing out when people are not standing by the shit that they talk about. There's people who say they promote open speech. They love hearing people disagree with them, but then in the meantime, they're deleting comments that question them. I love pointing that out. I love people like yourself, Mr. Cruz, who will go out of their way to talk about Matt Dillahunty, Arn Raw, Cosmic Skeptic. There's a number of folks, Christopher Hitchens, but then you delete videos so I can't review them, specifically recent ones. But I wasn't referring to old videos, because some of the older ones that you delete I've already watched and they were mundane. It didn't matter anyway. But the recent stuff, because it seemed like there were specific videos that because there was two separate occasions you deleted videos. You deleted about almost 7 to 8 months worth of videos from that previous date. But then after that, there was a video that I was reviewing, and then all of a sudden that one disappeared. So it seemed like you were deleting videos that I could possibly review. That's the impression that you gave me. But again, that's all on you. That's all on you. You can if you want to. But like I said, they've already been downloaded, so you can delete them, you can hide them, it doesn't matter. But you really have this huge hang up where you want to give your opinion about people, but you don't want people to give their opinion about you. And I've said that time and time and time again in almost every video. You have a certain sensitivity, and it's something about, and as an aside, folks, I think I am going to kind of make one of my Going Rouge, for those of you who remember that when I first moved here, Going Rouge. I make Going Rouge video where I kind of talk about the people that I meet on the internet, and then meeting them in real life and kind of like gauging whether or not my psychoanalysis is accurate or not, and just how much of a joke that is. But I am going to eventually, maybe today, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. I'll make a video just kind of giving my assessment after having these types of discussions almost for a decade now. Jesus. Because it's I think there's some things I need to clear up, and I want to afford people the opportunity who are dick suckers of certain folks to ask me honest questions. Unlike some folks, I'm not scared for people to call me out. That's not something that I fear. I wouldn't host open hangouts where people can call me out if that's something that, I had an issue with. But people like Mr. Cruz, people like Steve, people like a lot of these cats, they have paper thin skin. They're scared of criticism. They want to criticize folks. They want to pretend like they want an open discourse, but they want a platform. They want a soapbox. Well, that comes with reprisals sometimes. Guess what? It's one of those times.
Talking, and everything was good, and somehow I made a comment in there that didn't go right with the video. It had nothing to do with the video. And even Matt, he told me after we did the video, some of them things you could left out. So I deleted the video. You know what I'm saying? He liked it because he doesn't do YouTube. The only video he's ever been on in his life. He liked it, but I deleted it. Okay? Because after looking at it for the third time, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. So I deleted it. But that's what we do. There's nothing criminal about that. They're my videos. If I want to delete them and use them for toilet paper, that's my business. Okay? But I'm gonna do this for you, Drag, since you're making a fortune off my videos. Since my videos are making. See, I was getting ready to say something. I shouldn't say, and this is what got us going back and forth. Well, I'm not going back and forth.
Okay, so here we go. I think I see where he was going with that. It's yet another person who's upset that you guys super chat every so often, and so I'm making a fortune off of. No, I don't make a fortune. Actually, if you want to be really accurate, let me look in Streamlabs, Mr. Cruz, real quick. Let me go look in the dashboard. Nope. Okay. So the last time you guys are actually super chatting was on the 6th. That was Saturday. And I want to say that was a video I did about G-Man, if I'm not mistaken. That 5th. Yep, so there were 6 super chats on the 5th. So I haven't really gotten anything recently from doing your videos, but if that's something that you're upset with, Mr. Cruz, I don't know what to tell you. There are plenty of people on here that folks are upset that they get donation, thanks T Diesel. Like I don't need people to do that. So here's me. I opened up Super Chat. I've opened up Patreon because people were asking me for it. It's not something I went, oh, this feature came out. Let me see what it does. There's other features. You can hit the join button or some shit like that and subscribe to people like Netflix or some shit like that. I don't even know how the fuck that works. The only reason I even made the shit, again, is because people fucking ask me. Nobody has to actually pay for my content. And because I set up Patreon at the behest of somebody very specific, there's certain things I will put on there that other folks can't see, and that's rare because I've been doing other shit. I was uploading OChem videos to Patreon. Like if you are that upset, then enable monetization on your video. I mean, do regular streams or something like that. I mean, look, there's people on here I don't particularly care for, but I'm glad that they got something. I'm glad that they have anything. That's them. That's good.
I stole $3,000.
Get rich or make them cry trying. Thanks, Robert Blair. I mean, this, and like I said, y'all don't have to do that. Agrippa, thank you for whatever your Aussie currency is. Like, if you notice a trend, Mr. Cruz, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I've been telling G-Man in the emails that I have with G-Man. Quit mentioning this shit live. Quit it. Texting the wife. Sorry, folks. Y'all gonna have to wait. Oh, Darth Dawkins has a tantrum.
I stole $3,000.
That's a pound, is it? Oh, that is pounds. Oh, y'all don't have venom bucks or something? I don't know. But, like, quit mentioning the shit. I told this to G-Man, I don't know how many times. If you keep mentioning that you're upset that people send me $1 or $2, they're going to keep doing it. And see, here we go. Paying monthly dues. There we go. Like this. Stop it. Just stop it, okay? I'm gonna try to warn you, but y'all don't learn. So anyway, y'all are wasting your money. Stop it. You're wasting your money. Y'all's money is going to feed Xavier, and oh my God, more gay orgies. Oh my. Okay. No, you're wasting your money, folks. You are wasting your money. This money is probably going to go to feed Xavier. I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to go feed his ass because he took us out to Top Golf. So it's my turn to pay. And Mrs. Drag getting triple berry sangrias from Red Lobster. No, that's not a joke. That's really what she gets. And we have to go to Red Lobster like once a week now, you know, for triple berry sangrias. Yeah. Anyway.
That's just you and me. But since my videos are so important to you, as if they're top secret information, okay, CIA, NSA or some junk, okay, they're so important to your channel. You need my videos for whatever you need them for. I'm going to do you the favor. And I'm going to go back and take the block off of all them videos and put them back on my front page, just for you. And then when you watch them, maybe I'll delete them. I'm going to do that just for you, Drag, just to show you, okay, how childish you are.
You seem a little upset, Mr. Cruz. You seem just a little... That's a beautiful poopy face. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I like this. Awesome.
I stole $3,000.
Who's that? Dickinson. Oh, dang, I did it again. Y'all need to quit. Like, so, why, Mr. Cruz, why do you care? Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I am the founder. I'm the person who coined hashtag fuck Dragnauct, okay? And Mrs. Drag, my beautiful, wonderful, loyal wife, is a person who co-signs hashtag fuck Dragnauct. And there's lots of people who would love to pick up that hashtag but are afraid to, but that's okay. You should adopt that hashtag, fuck Dragnauct. You don't have to do anything. It's your channel. There you go. Hashtag fuck. You spelled it wrong, soccer count. But, like, you don't have to kowtow to my demands. You can keep on. Say, fuck you, Drag. I don't, that's my channel. No one's obligated to listen to me, but you will notice that people feel as though they're obligated to do what I say. And then they'll make it, well, Dragnauct, you demanded this. I didn't demand a goddamn thing. I'm going to do it on the internet. Dragnauct ain't shit. Thank you for I'm going to come up with a funny name for Australian money. I'm not going to use pounds. You want that pic? I'll put these pics in Discord later. I'm not trying to do this, by the way. I just pause it there. He just so happens to be, he's really expressive. Y'all know that's his face? He's really, really expressive. Like there's no ambiguity with what he's feeling. Like his entire face. It's not like Xavier where he's happy and it's the same just kind of affect. It's not, I like that. That's cool. He's silly.
Well, really, without using cuss words, just to show you how childish you are. Number two, and in closing, because I got to go.
You got to go. 14 minutes later. No, I use profanity a lot because I spent many years around the infantry. And some people have a problem with that. Some people have a big issue with the way that I speak, whether I'm code switching or not. You can read into that however much you want. But yeah, I use a lot of profanity. I spent hours upon hours, days upon days, weeks upon weeks around motherfuckers who turned other men into piles or plumes of red mist. And you know what? They use foul language. near and dear to my heart. Near and dear to my heart. So yes, you're absolutely right. I do tone down my language when I put on the lab coat, and I become more professional, but I'm still fairly crude. I don't mind paying for quality informative information. Thank you, Cable Eastwood, for enabling me. Thank you. British pounds, you muppet. Don't say mean things to me, Agrippa. I'm going to go on Twitter, and I'm going to write 50 tweets towards you. I'm going to tell you how upset I am. They're going to come in rapid succession, and you're angry. I'm going to sit here all day, and I'm going to tweet the shit out of you.
Where does, because you say this a lot, so I'm going to address this. I'm going to nip this in the bud. Where does our education, your education, your mama's education, my education, my pastor's education, Christopher Hitchens, Charles, is it Charles? Dawkins. I think it's Charles.
Might be.
Okay?
Maybe. No.
Where does our educational levels and our having a conversation with all these people over all the world, where does that teach us how to get on YouTube and call people names? Where does your educational level, Drag, and your ability to have a conversation, and the fact that you've been around the world and you've done all these things and you've been here and you've been there, you know a lot of things that old people never experience. How does all your education and experience teach you how to get on YouTube and mock people? How does that teach you how to get on?
Well, it lets me know how to get under people's skin really easily, because what I've actually learned, and I've not traveled the world. I want to, actually, and I have a few invitations to go to Canada, to come to fucking Switzerland, and some other non-American countries that I'm not going to name. But it really teaches me that there's a handful of, you could call them archetypes, that most people represent, and the majority of folks have the same type of insecurities about themselves, and they wear them on their shoulders. What gives me a bit of insight is that I am genuinely curious into the human condition. I used to be a psychology major because I was so interested in it, but what I found is that people like you, Mr. Cruz, and a lot of the people that I interact with, and I'm going to actually go into a bit of detail on, like, when I do a video later about my layman psychoanalysis as my aggregation of experience from years and years of being on the internet. I've kind of noticed things. I've just picked up on trends. It's something for people to take with a grain of salt. It may just be confirmation bias. I don't know. But guys like you, Mr. Cruz, you're aware. Like, you can introspect enough to know that you have faults. What you don't count on is other people honing in on them very, very quickly, and to the point that it's scary. Because I've had that happen to me when I first came on the internet. I've had people like recognize, boom, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh, how did they know? But that's when I took myself too seriously. I remember, Mr. Cruz, and again, I'll go into this. I remember logging on, like, there's a notification, I'm getting in an exchange with this person. I had to separate myself from that, because most people who come on here and who are on YouTube a lot, they're lacking something in their real life. And there's irony there, folks. There's a big irony. People who can't step away is sort of what separates them. If you notice that I relegate certain periods of the day where I'll do videos and I don't take myself too seriously, people will be in the comment section. I don't give a shit. But if they really want to sit down and talk to me, you notice that I'll make myself available. I can be disabused from the things that I say in a video, and I can openly apologize if I've actually offended folks. So what I've learned, Mr. Cruz, is that of all this bluster and all this bravado that I see from people, when it comes down to them kind of facing the same type of scrutiny that they give other people, most folks can't handle it. Most folks aren't in it to try and edify themselves. A lot of people are here to reaffirm what they already believe. They're here to try and find an audience for their bullshit. They're here to try and find clout where they couldn't in real life. And that's the simple truth. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm just a motherfucker with an opinion. You shouldn't give a shit what I think. Nah, I don't think anybody should, really.
On YouTube and call people names. How does that get on, okay? How does that teach you how to get on YouTube and make a fool out of yourself? And last of all, how does that teach you how not to have a conscience? Because I don't F with people that don't F with me. Okay? And when someone apologizes to me, okay? All right? You remind me of a friend of mine, and this is a real conversation. There's a guy I used to work with. Okay? And me and him's the same height. Me and him is you know what I'm saying? He was like you. He was in the military, and he was so full of brain. But he didn't know how to show up for work on time. And all I wanted him to do, Drag, was show up for work on time. Oh, but the minute I said, hey, brother, you need to come to work on time. Somehow out of that, I'm a racist. I don't like black people. Okay? Somehow out of that, okay, I got to hear about his education. Oh, education, and you can't get to work on time. Okay? I got to hear about, you know, how he was in the military, and I got to hear about all these different things. See, Drag, I've had a conversation with people like you, and I've seen your conversations on YouTube. I've been to some of your channels, or I'm sorry, I've been to some of your Google Hangouts. I don't see where you and I don't see where you and I would ever have a conversation.
So here's what's funny. This was one of the other clips that, yeah, he's like 5'3". He's not really tall at all. Me and the wife went out last night. She treated me to Red Lobster because she knows bitches love cheddar biscuits. And we had a conversation over dinner about this. It was actually quite funny because there's a pattern in the stories he tells. All of them are related to work, which there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But there's always something, it seems like, is missing from his conversations. Now, knowing what I know about other vets, you don't just come up to somebody and say, hey, you know, you've been kind of late, what's going on? And then they just flip out on you. That there's something else that he's leaving out. Because you have to think about those of us who are trained for war may have a short fuse at times, but being on time is kind of one of those things where there has to be some major dysfunction. Maybe it's alcoholism. Maybe, like other folks, he has a sleep disorder, which is very common. It might be the case. But just walking up and saying, hey, you know, you're not showing up to work on time. The stuff that, and you can kind of tell that he's leaving out previous interactions, because how would he know that this guy is, you know, I guess anti-black or black racist, whatever, if they hadn't already had words at some point? So he's already had a conflict with this dude over something not related to his work performance. It's like, you can't omit those sections and then just say, well, you know what, this guy is you. No, I show up to work with plenty of time to spare. So, but I get the point that you're making. I get the point. Language is metaphorical, folks. It's interesting, Mr. Cruz, that, you know what, I'll step into the role of that guy. I will step into that role if it's easier for you to, did this guy not get enough protein as a kid? He's craving it day and night as an old man. Fuck you, Albot. I see what you're saying. Like, here's what you don't understand, Mr. Cruz. Here's what you don't understand. I can tell by the way that you interacted with me and the way that you approach conversation that you aren't very tactful. You don't really use enough tact in any of your conversations that would warrant mutual respect. And I'm gonna specifically, who is Thrift Store Dan? I think I know who that is. Specifically, do you remember a conversation, Mr. Cruz, that you had with one of your superiors that worked kind of at they worked adjacent to you. They weren't specifically, I think you were subcontracted to them technically, but he had more rank than you. He had more, more income than you. And that you were upset that he busted into your office and he approached you the wrong way. But he was there to reprimand you about something. The entire time, you had a big issue about how you were approached while almost absolving yourself from the fact that he had a legitimate issue on your performance. So it's interesting. In one scenario, you don't really put the onus on you to correct your behavior, and it's up to everyone else to create a hospitable environment for you, but you don't seem to want to reciprocate that for other people. I'm noticing a bit of a pattern. You know what? Maybe you didn't articulate that story the best way, but that's what myself and quite a few people actually, because we actually talk about this afterwards. Quite a few of us gathered that from your retelling of that story, because I would love to hear from those other people. I would love to hear their position, because I guarantee you there are facts that you like to omit because they make you look bad. And in some videos, actually, you've acknowledged that you aren't the most tactful person in the goddamn world, which, granted, sure, we all aren't to some degree. But you have this really indignant attitude in almost every video, and you're showing it here openly when people don't abide by what you believe to be the standards or the behaviors becoming of a person in whatever role, whatever demographic that you perceive them to be in. Then you kind of act out. You kind of lose your mind because you don't know how to handle it. That insecurity really starts itching you, I guess. I don't know. Maybe, Mr. Cruz, you and like some other folks that I've been speaking to, maybe you could jump out of your own ass. Just remove your head from your fourth point of contact. 10 points if you get that reference. And take a step back for a second and say, you know what? If I'm having all these interpersonal issues with everybody else, maybe the problem is me. Because I tell you what, I challenge anybody to go walk up that street and go and ask random people and show them my picture. You know this guy? Why don't you tell me about him? I want you to find a motherfucker that says, yeah, I don't like him. Yeah, I can't talk to him. Yeah, he's an obstinate asshole. I can't work with him. I challenge you to go find somebody to say that. Besides Xavier, because he likes to be an asshole and just make up shit. But do that. Because I can tell you, Mr. Cruz, what you think about me isn't very accurate. You're upset that I have just assessed what you have in front of me. I tend not to get mad when people have a particular impression of me, because you only see so much. And I get that. I've heard that time and time again. Well, Dragnauct's not showing any intellectual content on his channel. I'm here just to kind of shoot the shit with folks. My channel is labeled entertainment for a reason. I guess people missed that. If you want intellectual content, you can come meet me in the lab. I've done journal clubs with Sam the Scientist, CRISPR, Rational Mind, RSC227, and other people. Not a person has shit to say when we're talking about biochemistry and genetics. So when you want intellectual content, you can come meet me in that arena. But don't be upset when this is real talk time and I give you some real talk.
And he liked it because he doesn't do YouTube. The only video he's ever been on in his life. He liked it, but I deleted it, okay? Because after looking at it for the third time, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. So I deleted it. And then when you watch him, maybe I'll delete him. I'm going to do that just and call people names. Where does your educational level, Drag, and your ability to have a conversation, and the fact that you've been around the world and you've done all these things and you've been here and you've been there, you know a lot of things that old people never experience. How does all your education and experience, okay, where, I don't see what you have to say to me, what you have to ask me, okay? If you had a conversation with your mama and your daddy, that should be good enough. And that's the way you talk in your videos, like, because your mom and daddy is Christian, that they're perfect and they answer for all Christians, okay? My mom was...
Okay, so y'all just heard that. My mama and my daddy are perfect Christians, and evidently they in some way, shape, or form answer or represent all Christians. So how many of y'all have ever heard me say anything close to that? This is the bullshit that I'm talking about. Have y'all ever heard me say anything like that at any point in time? In any video, as long as I've been on fucking YouTube. Because this is that bullshit that I'm talking about. This is that bullshit. I've never said anything like that. Not even close. I've actually juxtaposed my mother and my stepfather because they're both Christian, but they are diametrically opposed in their theology. I mean, I think at one point, my mother wasn't even buying the traditional sense of hell. Like she in a way, and I'm just drawing the distinction. She believes in kind of the I think it's the Jewish conception of hell, where Sheol, where everyone goes to the underworld. And I'm trying to remember, and someone whoever is more familiar with theology, I want to say Sheol is that depiction of hell, where it's not hellfire and brimstone and fire and all that bullshit, but it is an afterlife, but it's not like a paradise. So she kind of believes in something like that. But my stepfather believes in a literal hell, so their theologies differ. So I'm not sure how they both represent, like, where do you get this stuff from? This is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. My mother is no way, shape, or form perfect. And nor she doesn't represent, she is very, very, very liberal for Christian. Not overly liberal. She's not going to go out of her way to vote against abortion, and she's not going to, because you know what? She is big on personal autonomy, big on that. She's going to abstain from even putting her religious, because she's big on not putting her religious beliefs on other people. She is huge on that, very, very big on that, very big on that. So there's plenty of Christians that she's around that she disagrees with vehemently. So I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Cruz.
I was a Christian too, okay? And I could say a lot of things about my mama, okay? The thing is, where does your education and experience lead you to get on YouTube and act like a complete a-hole? Because the only thing you said educational in a lot of your videos is, well, I got this degree and this degree and this degree, and I was in the military, and I did this and I did that and I did that. Cruz ain't got nothing on me. Cruz better get some of this before he know how to talk to this. Well, where in your education, because I know a lot of Christians that are educated and they got like 4 or 5 different degrees. And they don't talk like that. They don't cuss. They don't call people names. They don't talk about people's life, their personal life. You name it. They stick to the program. Are we talking about atheism?
So I guess he's not okay. So I actually have 1 degree. There's training and certification that I reference as a joke. Just so we're clear, Mr. Cruz, because it seems you picked up on inside jokes that you were, and it's not your fault. This is not your fault. I don't take myself that seriously, Mr. Cruz. People get on here and they posture. I'm almost done with my 2nd degree, my BS in biology, with a specialization in molecular, cellular, and biotechnology. I do have an associate's degree just because I got a shit ton of credits, but I have also some graduate level coursework. In the grand scheme of things, so the fuck what? The reason you hear me mention the combat medic thing is because there are other YouTubers who haven't really done much with their life, and so all they thrive on is their military training to bring up in conversations like incessantly, and that's it. That's literally all they have. So when you hear me mention, I was a combat medic in the Army, that's not to be taken seriously. It is true, but it's a joke, and it's at someone else's expense, not yours, Mr. Cruz. When I speak about education, so let me be very, very frank. Education is a cumulative thing. I was obtaining education before it was formalized, before I was at a brick and mortar university. I was out in the Mojave Desert, literally out in and there's pictures of me in the Mojave Desert with chemistry books, with books on pre-calculus, with all types of books, rented, and some that I like workbooks that books that I think, yeah, they were like it was a chemistry study guide that I gotten off of Amazon, and I was doing it's called I was doing an ECP detail. Basically what that is an entry control point, and the detail is like a mission or a task that you're given. And so, yes, I was a combat medic in the Army. And so while I was out there for 8 to 10 hours a day, there's a lot of free time in between people entering and exiting this zone in the fucking desert. So guess what? I was studying before I even entered in school. And that's probably why I was on the dean's list at a community college and up on a billboard. But that's where my education really began. And having conversations on here, believe it or not, there used to be hangouts where where people who do have master's degrees and people who have PhDs would kind of give a block of instruction and teach people about basic things like what a protein's made of, what it was DNA made of, the central dogma of protein synthesis, and that sort of thing, and discuss the philosophical underpinnings of scientific inquiry as described by Karl Popper. So it's not just brick and mortar, Mr. Cruz. My military experience is definitely a part of that, because giving me the discipline that I needed to go and conduct myself a certain way in an academic arena is what I definitely attached to that particular experience. And so there's a lot of catching up you got to do. Because I think that people take a lot of the stuff I say way too seriously, and you shouldn't. You really shouldn't take way. Like, it's just, I don't know. Why are the mods dissing? Because Christian Frost, I'm not sure. Are you from? I'm not sure. Are you from Sirius's channel, or you might be from Tevin? I'm not sure. People can shit on me all day in my chat. You're not gonna get blocked or censored because you say shit to me. That's not the type of environment I like. You're not obligated to come here and kiss my ass. You can heckle me. That's fine. And one of the main people who's in here heckling me is my own wife. So there you go.
Then let's talk about atheism. Are we talking about this religion versus this religion? Then let's talk about that. But what I don't understand is you spend more time talking about how educated you are and how.
Oh, actually, on that point. Les Nagy, I love the explosive chemistry, sodium azide and silver nitrate solution in water. Look up, Les Nagy, look up a video on azide. That's one of the most explosive compounds known to man. If you leave it in a room by itself and you talk about it, it explodes. If you think about it and it's in the vicinity, it will explode. If you create it, it will explode. It's going to explode randomly. It's packed full of nitrogen. Azide. Anyway, I find it interesting, Mr. Cruz, that you talk about people staying on topic, but every single video you meander in and out of talking about the philosophical underpinnings of, or what you think of the philosophical underpinnings of atheism and religious stuff when it comes to theology, and then you go into politics, and then you go into social issues. You can't stay on topic if your life depended on it. You can't. Oh, you know about azide? Yeah, man, it's just awesome. If y'all don't know about azide, it is awesome. It is crazy. This stuff is just so explosive. That's a part of chemistry that I like. But it's like, Mr. Cruz, come on. If you want me to stay on topic, I'm responding to what I see here. What I have, well, I guess we do here. So what I see on my screen here is what I'm responding to. If you stay on topic, I will too. Is that a deal? And there's something I forget. I keep forgetting to mention. There's a dictum from Ozymandias that I love. We all get the conversation we deserve. If you're a pretentious dickhole, a self-important, pompous weakling who comes at me with nothing but bullshit and posturing, you're going to get what you give. But if you're just saying, hey man, here's what I think is going on, let's try and hash this out. All bullshit aside, no posturing, no bravado, then we can chat. But the problem is people seem to think that I'm going to accept their bullshit because people in their inner circles will accept their bullshit. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up for somebody else. And if you don't like me saying you got me fucked up, then you really got me fucked up. Because I'm going to say that. The world don't owe you shit. I don't owe you shit. Not a goddamn thing. Nobody owes me nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Okay? When some of you cats understand that, you'll be a lot better off. pull your head out of your fourth point of contact. If you want decent conversation with folks, then you need to put in the effort to have those conversations. You'll notice that there's conversation between me and quite a few people. There's a conversation between me and G-Man where I'm able just to act as his fucking therapist at the second half, because you know what? I'm versatile like that. I'm able to talk people down. I'm able to come and find a place where we can just sit down and talk as just two men, or man and half a man. I'm able to do that, but you got to put in the effort. I'm not going to hold your fucking hand. That's why when people come at me and they have this impression of who they think I am, and then I make an attempt to try and disabuse them of that, try and say, you know what, let's talk about that, and all I see is this kind of bullshit, then yeah, we're not going to have a great conversation. And then they get mad because they look stupid. That ain't my fucking fault. Iodine melamonium concentrate solution is not to be trifled with. Once it dries, you just look at it and boom. Man, I was actually just having a conversation with somebody on Facebook, a friend of the family, on how to get young kids of color into chemistry and physics and mathematics and stuff like that. So if y'all are wondering, the stuff that I actually work on is that and people who've been fans of my channel for a while they actually know what type of goals that I'm trying to achieve and why I have myself up on billboards, why there are advertisements with my visage, places. That has a lot to do with larger, more loftier goals than YouTube subscribers. So, yeah. So I will address some of that in a video later. And please come with questions, folks, especially for those of you who are new to my channel and y'all have questions about some of the stuff that I actually do outside of this stuff and some of my goals, and because I've talked about my past. And so, again, if you're new, have some questions.
How way up here in the clouds you are, but you don't act that out. And maybe it's because, and I've said this in another video, maybe it's because you don't have a conscience. Maybe it's because things that you really want to do, okay, thank God I'm not near you, but things you really want to do, you can only speak them. Okay? Because let me tell you something about these atheists. All of y'all, most of y'all, I'll be nice and say most of y'all, especially here on YouTube. Most of y'all think that being a complete a-hole is cute. You think that being a jerk, okay, is cool. And you think that because you're having a war with an old man, as you put it, an old man that, what did you say? You didn't like me talking about penny candy, okay? Old man is still crying over penny candy, okay? Then you feel that you should have no respect. Like there isn't 100,000 million D-Roy cruises within proximity to you. But I'm just the one that's on YouTube because I got that kind of time and I got that kind of care. So so basically what you're letting me know is that you don't have any respect for old people, okay? Even your own parents. You just don't want them to know what you really think about it, okay?
Oh, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Cruz. You got me all fucked up. Mr. Cruz. The joke about the penny candy was in reference to the fact that you can't stay on topic. It's no one's hating on you about the penny candy. That was a joke, sir. You're taking the piss. It wasn't important at any point in time, and it seems like you missed the context of all that. Literally, yeah, I know I hurt his feelings a little bit. It's okay, Mr. Cruz. I offered to sit down and have a decent conversation with you, and we were going that way until something was said. I criticized something, you got mad. I did offer, and you seem to not acknowledge this, but I did offer just a sit down, and I said I want to understand who you are and get your positions correct. So you spat in my face, and now you're upset. Again, you get the conversations you deserve. But Mr. Cruz, you might have missed something, and I might not have explained this. It's the possibility that both may be true. I don't know. But Mr. Cruz, my mother is actually subscribed to me on YouTube. My mother knows about G-Man. Actually, last Christmas, she had a bit to say about me and G-Man's exchanges because she actually watches both of us. believe it or not. She is fully aware. She's actually been on my channel. There's videos where I've had my phone here. I had her on speakerphone and she's spoken to the live chat. So make no mistake, my mother knows exactly how I feel about many a topic. She's seen some of your videos. So again, I don't think you really understand where things are. She didn't watch every video, but she is subscribed. She knows how to find my channel. She knows exactly how to access it. It's not hard. And we talk about things like this. I'm not hiding how I feel about some of her beliefs. We actually discuss it. When you have a relationship between a parent and, their offspring, and it's a decent relationship, you can talk about these things. That might be hitting a little bit below the belt for you, but you open the door. Maybe it's up to you to kind of foster that type of relationship with people in your life. Because it seems as though you're going on this weird tangent about what you think is going on, rather than just saying, hey, let's sit down and actually talk. Let me find out about you. I have no problem, Mr. Cruz. If you want to enumerate a number of things that you want to know about, that's fine, Mr. Cruz. Make a video and I will address them. I will actually do that. Honestly, too. So maybe you should do that rather than just this wild speculation, because you are way off base, my man. Way off base.
But you know what? I'm going to put my videos back up just for you and your little hypocritical, violent, bloodthirsty team. I'm going to put my videos back up so y'all can go make a fortune, whatever you think you're going to get out of them. Y'all can go put them in the newspaper. I don't care what you do with them. Okay? I don't care. I'm not in a war with you for the last time. That little thing that you got all bent out of shape because I put your name next to G-Man, okay? I'm going to tell you like you tell me. You don't want people reviewing your content, don't post it. You don't want people criticizing you, don't post it. Just like you told me. It goes both ways. Don't be a hypocrite, okay? But I don't criticize you anymore. I'm very careful not to say your name. I'm very careful, okay? And trust me, you are just like every atheist I've ever met on YouTube. On YouTube. You're just like every atheist that I've ever had to deal with, okay, on YouTube. You're just like them. And so when I respond to an atheist, I'm responding to Dragnauct Sylvas. When I respond to Dragnauct Sylvas, I'm responding to an atheist. But what does your, all these wonderful things you did, what does, coming up with a vaccine for cancer have to do with getting on YouTube and being a bully? Using people to, as, I don't know, to play gladiator games with. Because I don't see myself in a cage with you. I don't see myself fighting with you.
Uh-oh.
I don't see myself,
shout out to Geek Room. He doesn't know that AdSense doesn't pay much.
That's the poor thing. I see you throwing rocks, and I'm just standing there like, that boy ain't went home to his mama. Yeah, he's still throwing rocks. Somebody go get that boy. Somebody call a cop. Call YouTube. Call the YouTube police. Somebody get that boy. You know what I mean? Because I'm not worried about you. I'm not thinking about you. I'm going, and I think that's what it is. That's what I meant.
I mean, you are making a video. My name is in the video. You're not concerned. You're not thinking about me, but you literally sat here for about 30 minutes and made an entire video, then uploaded it, titled it and everything, but you're not thinking of, okay, if you say so.
I think that's what it is. I think that you're so much of an atheist, Drag, that you don't realize you're no different. You're just an atheist just like all the rest of them. You got that demonic attitude where you think that you're going to take my focus off of what I'm preaching about and put it on you. Look here, you stepped into Dragnauct's territory. I'm the mob, nigga. All right? I'm running the show now. All assets go to Drag. Over my dead body, okay? You better get off of YouTube and come in here with a real gun if you think you're gonna make me lose some sleep over you, Drag, okay? I'm not concerned about you.
Oh my. This was the worst Hollow Knight reboot ever. You shot me in my pinky toe. Oh man. Oh man, yeah, this got real black real quick. Oh man, he went there. Okay, all right. Man, if he like, I don't. How am I supposed to respond to that, my man? Like, I don't. Why are you this mad? Why are you this upset? I don't know what it is. I want to send him some weed or something because I don't like. I'm not a smoker like that either, but I know some of y'all smoke too much. Y'all need to send him some weed. Jesus, is it that serious? When keeping it real goes too far, right? Jeez, I'm still willing to sit like here. I have a policy. If I talk about you on my channel, you are afforded an open hangout. But if you want to have a private sit down, then you should probably say something to me that it needs to be private rather than hoping that I'm psychic and I know that. But like it's not that serious, Mr. Cruz, at all. I want to understand this is I still don't get this. He is upset, clearly. And you know what? I get it. And I'm not just saying it just to fuck with. Is it just me, or he needed to go to sleep? What time of day is it outside? It seemed pretty bright out there. He uploaded this, I think, in the middle of yesterday. Yeah, I want to say it's probably middle of yesterday. It was probably still light outside, but if you've not, and this is kind of me just bringing it back. If you aren't used to having an interaction with somebody directly on YouTube, the first time it happens is kind of jarring. Because I remember that. I remember I interacted with a guy. Y'all can look this guy up if you want to. He took down his videos in his channel ages ago. It was Godson Al, and I think there were some numbers like Godson Al 18 or Godson Al something. And he was, I guess, this dude from New York. And this is back when you could do direct video responses to people. And so if you were a fresh atheist, you could go and find somebody saying all atheists are evil, all atheists, is this really, really bad generalization of all atheists. And you go find one of these cats and you say, hey, look, that's not true. Here's what the deal is. I'm an atheist. I don't represent that. And y'all have video responses back and forth. That's how you would grow your channel. And it's weird logging back in the next few hours, and then that person saw your response, and then now they're making a response to that, and so now y'all are making and it's really because you don't know what they're going to say next. And so now that you really can't do that anymore, you subscribe to them, and then you see it's like, all right, let me click on this, what's going on, and there's that bit of anxiety. Oh fuck, here we go, I gotta deal with this guy again. Yeah, I get what he's feeling. I was there. I understand that it's something, especially somebody just digging into you, because you know what? He said a lot of things. He even admitted at the beginning of the video, there's a lot of stuff that I commented on that he brought into the conversation, not me. I didn't ask about his daughter. I didn't ask about his family. I didn't ask about his job. I didn't ask about any of the personal stuff that he mentioned. I'm responding to it, and a lot of which of what I said was, you probably shouldn't be mentioning this stuff. Trying to throw him a bone. And he did apologize for some of that stuff, which is good, which is more than a lot of people, will do. But here's where my empathy for Mr. Cruz ends. Because Mr. Cruz, you have a number of videos where you do specifically target certain folks and misrepresent them. You do have a number of videos, and I've reviewed some of them. So the fact that you're upset that someone's reviewing your content the same way that you've done to others, I find ironic. I find it ironic. You can comment on what's going on in Christopher Hitchens' life. You can comment on what Aaron Ross thinking, the type of person he is. You can go into detail about Cosmic Skeptic and what he does and does not know and what's going on in his life. I've sat and I've listened to quite a few videos where you do that. So I'm deaf to this criticism, Mr. Cruz, because what you want is just to be unfettered in your opinions about other people on a public platform. And that's not going to happen. if you don't want people commenting on your content, then don't fucking upload it. And yes, I use the F word, but that's the truth. There's tons of videos where you're doing the exact same thing that you're upset with me doing. But because you don't really have much to say about me, you don't know how to act. And so now you have to cry foul. Well, Mr. Cruz, do you think that it's cyberbullying when you're doing this to Cosmic Skeptic, Arn Raw, Matt Dillahunty, Christopher Hitt? Do you think you're cyberbullying them? Because in some of those videos, you do have their names in the title. So I don't want to hear this shit. Because you're a fucking hypocrite. Again, language is metaphorical, folks. I don't know what anybody means. But we all have moments in our life where we are hypocrites. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But most people seek to rectify that, to at least stay consistent and not be hypocrites. They try to address it when it comes up. So I'm deaf to these tears.
Okay? I don't care. It's over. Now, you want to keep this, you want to keep going back and forth, that's on you. But I'm done with you. Now, I'm going to put all my videos back up since you got people sending me emails, okay, getting on my case about me pulling my videos down. I didn't know they was that important because I heard from the mouth of not only you, but a number of atheists, how dumb my content was. Well, my content is so dumb. Why do you want me to put it back up? Why do you care if I delete it? But I didn't delete it. I still have it. I put it away, hoping that you would go away. But you didn't.
Right, and that's the fun part. I didn't tell anybody to send him emails. I don't know who's emailing him. If you don't want people to email you, then fine. That's perfect to say it. You know, I don't want anybody emailing me. I don't want any feedback. I'm shutting out the comments. Whatever. That's fine. I'm not directing. People do what they're gonna do. So it is nice that you did admit to exactly what I thought, that you were taking videos down because you didn't want me to review them. I do appreciate that, because I was right. But how about this, Mr. D-Roy? How about this? If you don't want me to review your stuff, maybe you shouldn't review other people's stuff. He's deleting to keep you away. This guy learned from G-Man. No, he learned from True. He learned from True. True does that. That's why y'all think there's nothing on True's channel. He got tired of me reviewing his stuff from ages ago. He learned years ago that, I mean, we still got some of True's shit, but it's like, you know, he just watches on the periphery. He just, you know, he does his own thing. Hopefully he is going to a trade school. How you doing, True? He's getting his life together. Not mad at him. But man, you got the audacity to sit here and be upset when you have Matt Dillahunty's video playing in the back of one of your videos criticizing him. You got the audacity to have the atheist experience playing and then give your assessment about how stupid Matt Dillahunty is about the things that he's saying. Mr. Cruz, do you remember making that video, Mr. Cruz? That's one of the ones that I reviewed. And I was like, what is that going on in the background? I was like, oh shit, he has the atheist experience playing. He had just got done, right behind him. Just got done listening to it. I don't want to hear these tears. I don't want to see them either. This was for G-Man, but he has me blocked. Lucas Rodriguez for 20 Mexican pesos. Thank you. That come out to be $3. Appreciate it. Man.
So I'm gonna put it back up just for you. You can review all my content all you want, baby. Okay? Until you're so full of milk that mommy gotta burp you. You can view all my content you want. I don't care. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to pull me away from what I'm trying to do and make me focus on you. That is the most gayest crap I've ever seen. You're trying to make me take my eyes off of what I'm doing, what I've been wanting to do on YouTube, and interrupt what I'm doing and make me focus on you. When I tell you that these atheists have nothing to do with the idea of not believing in God, they're just a bunch of criminal thugs, okay? They're just a bunch of cowards, okay? They'll go shoot up something that ain't got nothing to do with them. They'll march when it ain't got nothing to do with them. They'll hate when it ain't got nothing to do with them. Just like a lot of this black on black stuff out here. Just a lot of this black on Donald Trump crap out here. I've seen you all before. I've heard you all before. I deal with you every day. Hopefully I won't have to apologize and wipe the butt and wipe the nose of every single atheist that has ever came to my channel. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to ignore you. And when I say I'm going to ignore you, mark my words. God bless you, D. Recruit Life Applications Officer. You decide. You want to be a real atheist or you want to be a complete a-hole? Which is it?
Okay, what is he talking about? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what a real atheist is, but something tells me he doesn't know what it is. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I will say this again for Mr. Cruz. I don't need you to interact with me directly at any point in time. I find it interesting. I find it interesting. 30 minutes. Oh, Skylar Fiction is premiering something in half an hour to catch that. But black on Donald Trump crime. I have no idea, folks. I don't know. He just brings up random shit in the middle of the conversation. I have no idea what he's talking about, but I need to stay on topic. That's what's important. I need to stay on topic because that's what he does. And Joe lost all his points. But wow, I don't know what it is. I really wish I could give y'all something else other than just, but fuck me. Like I don't know. Wipe my butt, D-Roy. Wipe it slow. Mr. D-Roy, it's really easy. If you don't want to see my content, you hit that unsubscribe button. You go to my channel, you hit that unsubscribe button. Make sure it turns red. Should be gray because you're subscribed, but hit that button again, and my stuff goes. Actually, I think you can block my channel too. I think you can block channels if they show up in your. Let me see. Let me try. If you go to the YouTube homepage, and I'm just gonna pick. Oh shit! Almost Monty and. Oh, okay. Crunchyroll. No, I won't do that. Liquid Richard. No. Naruto Explained. No, I'm not gonna do that one. Let's see. Fox. There we go. Fox News. All right. You click on the 3 dots that you see on when you hover over the thumbnail, and there's a not interested. All right. You hit not interested, and then you can make shit go away. So that's how you YouTube. That is how you YouTube. And if you hit the poke, you will get poked in the butt. You are forewarned. When I tell people not to hit poke, they hit poke anyway. So I think that I owe you guys another quiz. I will come up with a quiz next time, worth probably 100 points to get some of y'all some quick points. I have to think of it. Hey Drag, I have the most random question ever. What question could I ask that only a combat medic would know answer to? Sorry, it's so random. If they're in front of you and they're not using Google, you could ask them how many lines is a medevac. And if they don't answer within the first 10 seconds, then they've probably not ever been a combat medic in their life. You could ask them, what is the one type of surgery that all combat medics are trained in? That's a good one. Another one is, what is in the Army? What is the identifier for combat medics? And again, these are all questions that they should be able to answer within 5 to 10 seconds easily. How many lines is a medevac? Yes, the answer is 9. And 68W is the identifier. What was the other? I just named it. Oh, what type of surgery that all medics are trained in is they call it cricothyroidectomy. Trying to think of what else. Oh, here's a good one. Where are all medics in the military trained? In the military. Where are all medics in the military trained? If they answer anything other than Fort Sam Houston in Texas, they're wrong. That is the medical command of armed forces. I'm trying to think of what else. If they're old medics, the question about what the identifier is going to be different. I think it used to be 91 whiskey. So if they were a medic back in like fucking Vietnam War. Yeah, like during that era, it's not going to be 68 whiskey. I want to say it's 91. Navy, your corpsmen are trained over in Sam Houston, but if it's changed, tatted, then it's probably changed within the last 6 years. But it was my understanding that Fort Sam Houston was a joint base, that all Medcom for all armed forces were trained, because I trained with corpsmen. They might have changed it then. Well, you could just say for the Army then. You just say for Army. You don't have to do all. You don't have to do all armed forces, just in case. Fort SAM Sam Houston SAM. Let's see what else. Yeah, those are some pretty easy ones. The quickest way to find out if someone ever served is to ask them, what's the form that shows that you have served. If they say anything other than DD-214, they're probably lying. They're probably not served. That's an easy one. Oh, if you're real good, ask them what was their last unit that they served in. Now that one you'll actually have to know some of the units, because there's some units I've never heard of. Most people go, oh yeah, I served with 4th ID. It's like, fuck, well, what unit within 4th ID did you serve? But then you kind of have to already know all the different fucking, yeah. Drag, the surgery that you're talking about had to do with proctology. Yeah, surgery for your ass. Yeah, that's it. Drag is a combat medic, the same as a combat lifesaver. Nope. That is wrong, Mr. Tanker. Nope. Combat lifesaver is nowhere near combat medic. Sorry. No. Combat medics train combat lifesavers. Putting the tourniquet and slapping the fucking Hello Kitty boo-boo sticker on a wound is not akin to being able to sufficiently debride a wound and return somebody back to battle with it patched up with the appropriate medical interventions. No. What if they had a life app diploma from the militia? No. Sorry. No. But yeah, if you're trying to figure out someone's doing some stolen valor stuff, it's not hard. It's really not hard. It's easy. We were 7-day theory. Oh man, I'm sure it was grueling. I'm sure. Anyway, yeah, if y'all have questions like that, I'll probably be live after class. I have 6 hours of biochemistry to do today, including an exam. I'm going to get to that, so I will catch y'all later. I think we have this guy who claims to be a military sniper medic. And wait, whoa. He claims to be a what? Military sniper medic? Now, if he was actually, if he, it depends on how. If he's saying that he is SF, right? If he's an SF medic, that's one thing, because SF medics can have sniper training. It's not impossible. It's not likely, because sniper training is something that like 11 series will get, but for them to be medic and sniper, that's real fishy. That is incredibly fishy. JM Truth is his name. He's an expert in everything. Yeah, if he's tab Sapper, if he's tab Pathfinder, SF, Ranger, probably he's bullshitting. People that high speed have other folks vouch for them. And the first thing I asked, I said, what unit did you serve with? Because I'm going to check that. And they start hesitating to tell me the unit, I already know they're bullshitting. Because people will drag what unit? 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment. 1st Squadron, Alpha Troop. I can call people right now. They can verify it. So they should be able to rattle it off really easy. And mind you, I haven't served in years, and I still know my unit. I still know a lot of that doesn't leave you. But when you hear people say shit like that, it's like, But I will say it depends on a unit. If he was SF, then it's possible that he does have advanced combat lifesaver training, and he's just calling it medic training. That is very possible. But for him to have the identifier as medic and also be a sniper, that's really fishy. That's incredibly fishy. But That's like be a tanker with a green beret with a M1A1 in his weapon. Yeah, it's out of, you know, marksman is no sniper though. Yeah, that's like that. That's a specific. That's something specific to, I want to say 11 series, and I think 13 series can actually like go through that training. I could be wrong, but I know 11 series can, because I want to say my first sergeant actually had that training, but I'll have to double check. I was in 11 series. I work with them, so let me ask around, and I'll have to find out. But that sounds really fishy, incredibly fishy. Incredible. Yeah, sniper medic. Yeah, that's some video game shit. That's because you think about it. Your primary tasking as a medic is for medical support. Like, you are a part of the fight. Don't get me wrong. I can be an AG gunner, and many medics have been AG gunners. They've taken point and going on patrols. They've not supposed to, but you know, doing room clearing, building clearing, that sort of thing. But if you're a sniper, that kind of, because you putting the medic in danger decreases your combat effectiveness. Like, it really, really decreases your combat effectiveness. So having somebody perform a combat arms role when they're supposed to be combat support, technically, that defeats the purpose. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, Drag, what unit of the Space Marines was Von Helton? He was with the 99th Air Marine Patrol. I don't fucking know. Spaceship door gunner. I don't know. One of my misgivings is that I didn't get to fire AT4 at AT4 range. Something happened to a guy that was training. When I say something happened, somebody died at the NTC, and some dickhole decided to put it on Facebook, and this person's spouse ended up calling up the CG at the NTC. Somebody's wife called the CG, the commanding general of my base. All training stopped, and everybody was recalled, and we knew some shit had went down. You called the CG for some rumors somebody heard on fucking Facebook. Woo! That was an ass chewing. Somebody did die. So that actually did happen. But they stressed to us about, not putting shit out there and, kind of embarrassing the unit and all that shit. But yeah, somebody died. So, happens. Anyway, folks, feelings were hurt today and yesterday, and people are upset. Dragnauct does not give a fuck. But, anyway, let the 799th Armored Horse Regiment based at Fort Home, Arkansas. Loose lips sink ships. Yes, that's right. That's why all naval men and women have their mouths, tightly wrapped around a cylindrical object at all times. So they can't have those lips being loose. Anyway, 0Fap30. Almost time to get ready to. Oh shit! I still got a few hours actually before I gotta head out. So I'm gonna do some studying in between some extracurricular activities. Yeah, I figured it was that person. Yeah. So anyway, y'all have a good day. Remember, # fuck Dragnauct. He ain't nobody. Actually, I'll play us out. I'll play us out.
The announcement is this. I'm going to be doing a Google Hangout next Friday. Not today, but next Friday. And that particular Google Hangout will be focused on primarily one thing. I'm asking everyone to bring their own personal rap to this particular Google Hangout.
I'm going to expose myself on YouTube. I'm going to make a YouTube video embarrassing myself.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I got to tell you about the fabulous, most groovy
G-Man.
You know you're breaking the law right now.
I will stomp a mud hole in you, sir.
I am not playing Dragnauct.
My name is G-Man. You got the audacity. You're going to jail. You got the audacity. My name is G-Man. You got the audacity. That's all I got to say. You got the audacity. I sold $3,000. is G-Man. My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man. G-Man. You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me. My name is G-Man. You got the organ capacity. That's all I got to say. You got the organ capacity. I sold $3,000. You got the organ capacity. Organ capacity. You got the organ capacity. Organ capacity. Because you don't got no evidence. My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man. No big in this guy, me. My name is G-Man. G-Man. My name is G-Man. G-Man. You can't beat me in fighting. You can't beat me in chemistry. You can't beat me in biology. You can't even walk better than me. You can't outrun me. Dude, you can't even out-talk me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministry.